Today I want to talk to you about hair color. I want to talk to you about hair color. When we get hair color, right? We call hair color acceptable damage. That's weird, right? But we call it acceptable damage because whenever you remove pigmentation from your natural hair, you weaken it. Hey, welcome to another video. Welcome to the Bajo channel. This is the home of self-care, wellness, beauty, and any and everything that'll help you to become the best version of you. Today, I want to talk to you about hair color. When we get hair color, right? We call hair color acceptable damage. That's weird, right? But we call it acceptable damage because whenever you remove pigmentation from your natural hair, you weaken it. Any professional will tell you that. If you take the natural pigmentation at any degree, whether it's a little, a lot, you are damaging your hair. And we call it acceptable damage because there are things that you can do to maintain the strength that's there and that will prevent your hair from, falling or breaking or going through anything crazy. So when you color your hair, you have to color your hair understanding that I no longer can function as if I don't have color. And that's the problem. A lot of times when you get color in your hair, clients get color in their hair, they want to do the same exact things that they did prior to the color. For instance, a lot of clients, they are used to using hot tools in their hair. They're used to pulling their hair in like a tight bun or ponytail. They're used to doing certain type of braided styles or twisted styles. And when you get color, at least I know for the first few weeks of your color, I always say the first month, just to be safe because everybody's hair texture is different. But when you're getting color, and especially if it's a lighter color, like if it's like in that blonder family, or if you're doing like colors like I'm doing, like this has to be blonde underneath, and then I put a direct color on top of it. But essentially, my hair is blonde, so I have the strength of the pigmentation being removed all the way up until my hair is like literally white, and then I put this up here. I'm saying that to say it depends on the level of pigmentation that you remove. But for all intents and purposes, I tell clients, any kind of color you put in your hair, you cannot move the same way you moved, or you will begin to see breakage and damage in your hair. And a lot of times people will say, hey, this color broke my hair. I can't really get color because it broke my hair. And some people really shouldn't get color. That's another video. But a lot of people can get color, but they don't understand what it takes to maintain the strength and health of their hair while they get the color. It's like, I know that I've weakened my hair. I love this color. I love the way it's look, but I have weakened my hair. The first thing you should be asking your stylist, and I hope you go into the stylist to get your color. I hope you're not doing your colors at home, please. But the first thing you should be asking your stylist is, what do I use to maintain the health of this hair and this color? What shampoo do I use? What conditioner do I use? Can I still do this styling technique? Can I not do this? What type of sleeping cap should I be using? It changes. And if you're not willing to change with what you have requested, if you want this color and you're not willing to do what it takes, don't get it. Please don't get it. Because I don't care. You can go to the best stylist in the whole wide world that's voted in all of the US of A. They will tell you, you cannot function the same way, darling. Even if you notice, a lot of clients who have platinum hair, like really, really, really platinum hair, like the white, beautiful platinum, they usually have natural hair, or even if they have a chemical in their hair, they're not putting a lot of heat to their hair. That pigmentation has been brought all the way out to white, and it's beautiful, but now they're styling their hair completely different. It's not a lot of heat, if any, or some people just keep it like natural and short like mine. That's it. You can't do both. You can't chemical and this, that. And if you do that, you have to do it with a professional who really, really have been in the game for a while and understand what they're doing. I'm telling you. So when it comes to color, and I am a color fanatic, it's very rarely that you're going to see me without some sort of color in my hair. Like maybe in the fall time, I'll get darker with my colors, maybe. Depends on how I feel. But I rarely ever am not going to have, you're never going to see the natural color of my hair. Like I don't see that in the foreseeable future. Maybe you will. Even if you see the natural color of my hair, you might see a little piece of color in the front. Something. That's just who I am. That's just what I like. And a lot of you guys are the same way. You want some kind of lift, something, fine. But what I'm saying is make sure that you have accepted the responsibility now that I got to do what I have to do to maintain this color. And when you're having color as well, make sure that you are periodically, right? More frequently than if you don't have it. And I'm going to say like once every month. Some people need it every 2 weeks. You need treatments in your hair. And every treatment is not created equal. People go to the store, they get these little packages, or they get something. Oh, I did my treatment, but your hair's still weak. Your hair's still breaking. And you've been doing this treatment for like 6 weeks. What? You're supposed to feel and see the difference in your hair. You're supposed to. That's just what it is. When you have color, you make sure that you get great treatments for your hair. Your hair, because it has been acceptably damaged, you have to now insert high quality proteins, amino acids, building that hair up to keep it strong. You can have color and have very strong hair. Don't misconstrue what I'm saying. You can have color and your hair is strong, but you cannot function the same way. You have to deal with it differently. And making sure you are putting in protein treatments, amino acid treatments. It's different levels of protein. There are different building blocks to this thing. And so your hair might need this, that person's hair might need that. That is why I recommend find a good stylist. I'm not even saying you got to go every week, but find a good stylist that when you're going through dilemmas with your hair, or you just want to just get an overhaul, maybe you do your hair at home. That's your own prerogative. That's you. But at once or twice a year, go visit that stylist. Pay her what she's asking for. Pay him what she's asking for. Because I'm telling you, it goes a long way. It goes a long way. That wealth of knowledge that they give you, they're going to support you in anything that's going on with your hair and anything you want to change into. A lot of times we like to change. We don't like to keep the same thing. You might have blonde today. Tomorrow you might want red, or, I don't know, purple. I don't know. But it's different ways to do what you do. And guess what? Sometimes you can't do it at that time. Sometimes you want color. Sometimes you may have a consultation and that stylist say, you're not ready. You can't get it yet. That's a great stylist. You can't get it yet. Because they're guiding you. They're guiding you and showing you what you can and cannot do. But just in terms of color, I just want you to understand the sensitivity of it. It's beautiful. I love it. I love it. I know a lot of you love it. And some people don't even want to get color anymore because they've had these disastrous experiences where they have fallen. It's been disgusting. They part their hair. They brush their hair. It's just like just shedding like rain. It does not have to be that way. It really doesn't. It really doesn't. And when you go to a good stylist and you're asking for a certain color, I'll give you an example. A lot of people come into the salon and they say, hey, I want my hair to be this platinum blonde. And their hair is black or off black, like the natural black. I let them know based on the density. If their hair is super thick and their hair has this strength to it, it's a certain strength that you have to your hair. Even with them, I tell them, I'm going to get you close to this color because I feel better not yanking all of this pigmentation out of your hair immediately and then running the risk of your hair kind of rebelling against you snatching all of that pigmentation out so fast. A lot of times our hair work good like doing things gradually. You can get there, but you might not get there today. And guess what? Some people you might get there today. You might. If that's where your hair goes. But a great stylist is going to understand I'm not going to over-process your hair just to get the color. And I weaken the integrity of your hair. We got the color, but now the integrity of your hair has been compromised. Now you got the color, but the hair is weak like tissue. What are we doing with that? I'll wait. What are we going to do with your hair? You got the perfect color. That is the color you asked for. But now the integrity is compromised? Not worth it. I'd rather say to you, listen, we'll take it to this level and maybe come back in the next 4 weeks and it'll be much easier, much gentler on your hair to take it to where we want it to go. That's it. This is the importance of understanding color. And when somebody is advising you on what to do, they're advising you on what to do, and you take that professional's advice. Take that professional's advice. Because sometimes we try to be penny conscious, and I get it. Everybody's on a budget. But when you're going to a great stylist, it is not cheap, and it shouldn't be cheap. You pay for what you get. You really do. You go there, they give you great advice. They walk you through that process. They get you to where you have to go, give you the tools that you need to maintain it, and you good. Opposed to just going anywhere and you getting all this stuff and now you suffering like, why did I do that? And once your hair is damaged to a certain degree, there's nothing you could do. That hair has to either be cut off or just let it finish falling off and start over from scratch. Some is irreparable. You can't even catch it. It's gone too far. And sometimes paying that extra bit to get a professional stylist who know what they're talking about is worth it. It save you some tears and it save you just the embarrassment of what's going on with your hair. Color is beautiful, but you have to know how to treat it. You have to be under the tutelage, if you will, of a great stylist, somebody who understands color, especially if you go into those higher levels of blonde. Sometimes you can get away with a little dark brown, little dark auburn, dark. But when you start lifting and you coming up, and even, honestly, even depending on the texture of your hair, even those auburns and those browns can cause damage if it's not done correctly. If it's not followed up with the proper proteins and treatments and things of that nature. If it's not followed up with the proper styling. So Color, we love it. I encourage it. But I encourage it to understand what you're doing. Understand that it's acceptable damage. Get it? Acceptable damage. But we can work with it. It's acceptable because we can work with it. Unacceptable damage is when it's damaged beyond repair. There's nothing I can do. But if I take your pigmentation out, I'm damaging it. But I can maintain it and I can keep it healthy as it can be. And still strong and not shedding and grow and be beautiful. So, again, I thank you for joining for this video. I appreciate you. I really, really do. I get passionate when it comes to hair. I've been doing this thing for over 30 years. It's what I do. I could do a video every day about some portion of hair, your scalp, something. Even how your hair make you feel as an individual. Don't worry, we gonna go there. But just know, when you're doing things to your hair, you're doing it to yourself. And don't just do things anyhow. Don't do things sloppily. And then got to come back and oops. And color is beautiful. But just know what you're doing when you're coloring your hair. And know that you have to move completely differently when you have color in your hair. Thank you for listening to this video. This is the Bajo channel. I appreciate you. And remember that self-care is the best care. Later.